Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wolf Pack. We have Banz here today to talk all about Don't Starve, the board game. Not like us being actually hungry right now, but like, you know.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
But we're really excited to play this game and we can't wait to hop in because we played a practice round and I gotta say, I didn't not only starve, I died. This game does have some challenges.
This is a 1 to 4 player cooperative survival game where your goal is to literally not starve and stay alive throughout the night. It's a mix of science and magical wizardry happening and lots of monsters to deal with.
You can craft and cook. There's a whole bunch of different ingredients and weapons that you can make. And there's even a whole book. Tim, why don't you show them?
The crafting book.
Ooh, it's really cool.
We're gonna show you a ton of these cool things. And I say we just get started with what we're doing on our turn.
Yeah. So there's actually 6 rounds to this game. We are on round 2. So we played 1 round just to see how it went. And in the beginning of round 2, we have a preparation phase where it kind of resets some markers here, like the action marker, because we have 6 actions in a round. We remove the first daily needs tile, and now we're gonna be on the nighttime phase. So there might be some extra actions that we have to take to defend ourselves because monsters are gonna be more powerful.
Yeah, and normally when you first start this game, you would skip this phase. So we're showing you, that was pretty much like a refresh / upkeep to check health and everything. And then now, our ultimate goal is the Feast of the Pig King. Banz, you wanna read it off?
Sure. A circle of totems stands tall and burns bright to fend off the darkness that governs the night. Within all the pig folk shall shortly convene to guffaw and gorge upon morsels obscene.
And then at this feast, our goal after the end of 6 actions is to fulfill this scenario shown here called the Bill of Fare.
Yeah, so the bill of fare has all these little cubes on it. It's like a 3x3 grid. And as you collect food and different resources, you can see if any of those match this grid here. Go back to the portal tile where then you can deliver them and gain some rewards for it. And your goal is to fill up as many rows and columns as possible. That will lead you to the next scenario card, which gives you more and more things, and you can continue your journey in this game.
Because this is a scenario-based game, so each objective is going to be different from each session. And then we get to the meat of this game, literally, the action phase. So we just went through preparation. Here's what we're doing on our turn.
Characters can take turns in any order. So Tim, I'm Willow. Who are you?
Yeah, and I am Wilson. All of us have asymmetric abilities. What abilities do you have?
My 2 abilities are Ember, Tender, and this gives me a cube track, and if I spend cubes while I'm fighting, I can take different actions to help me win the fight. I also have a preparation thing that I can do with the collected Ember that I gathered during my turn.
And mine is the chemist, kind of, because he can transmutate items. I can spend 2 resources to gain a resource from the common supply. And the reason why this is important is because you're constantly having to explore. And you can see here, there's a variety of items. So being able to transmutate is super helpful. Plus, I also got a beard growth. I can grow a beard where I can move this marker 1 space to the right after each preparation phase. And then if I have an axe, because apparently you use an axe to chop off your beard here.
Oh.
Yeah, you can gain
Sanity and an item. And this item looks like hair.
Hair.
It does look like hair.
So basically, I can use an axe to grow a beard. And if I shave off my beard, I become more sane. And I can use that hair of my beard to craft items. That is very involved.
It's right in time for No Shave November.
Oh, look at that.
I forgot that I also have another weapon here. It's a lighter, so this one will actually help me gain successes during my rolls. It gives me some light, and it gives me some further actions I can do with my collected amber, which is my skill.
So on my turn, what I can do is I can move and take 1 of 4 actions. So for instance, I'm gonna move first over here towards Banz because I gotta get her some cool stuff. I'm gonna give you 2 of these twigs and a rock. And this is exactly what you need in order to make a shovel.
Thank you.
And in exchange, I've been trying to make some meatballs. And in order for you to make some meatballs in this game, you need 2 radishes or turnips. So now we both have the required ingredients to make our own items. Now from there, you can take free actions. So one of the free actions that I can take is to cook. And in order for me to cook, you just turn in the exact ingredients that you need. So I'm gonna turn in these 2 radishes. And then I get a pile of meatballs.
Ooh.
Which in turn I can spend at any time. And this symbol here means hunger. and the symbol on the right is sanity. So actually, I would lose sanity for eating these radish meatballs, but I would gain 3 hunger if I were to consume this.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my free action because I got all these resources from Tim. Thank you so much. I would like to craft something from that marvelous book over there. Please hand it over.
Yes, the crafting book.
Ooh, this is cool. Let me find the shovel. Here it is. It's gonna cost me 2 twigs and 1 stone. Here you go. I will discard these, and it says, so I have to roll a check here to make sure it doesn't come damaged. So I have to roll 1 character die. It doesn't come damaged. I just rolled a 1, so I checked the durability for the shovel when I got it. And since there's no swords on here, nothing breaks on this shovel. I got it in 100% perfect condition, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna place it on the left of my board, and its ability will give me 1 success, so I can use it when I'm in fights. And if I want to spend a certain type of resource, I can ignore all durability checks for this item and repair it, which would be great. On my turn, I'm gonna move over here, and I'm gonna choose to fight this fly. Because this fly is way easier to beat than this eyeball thing, okay? So this fly, now, it does have a special effect, which is 3 damage per 2 purple.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I don't think I'm gonna roll purple. Also, it has 4 swords. Now, I started out with 3 collected ember. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 to remove one of the sword dice. So I'm only gonna roll 3 monster die.
Okay.
I'm using both weapons. So I'm using my sword and my lighter. So that's gonna give me 2 successes, and I get to roll 1 character die. So I'm rolling 1 character die against 3 monster die. Here we go.
Don't hate.
Big money.
Get it.
1 evade, 2 evade, a number 3 with a sword for the character die, and 1 attack. I needed 1 success, and I did not succeed.
Reroll?
All right, I'm gonna use my second token here, and I'm gonna re-roll 1 more time. Big money. Okay, we got 1 special effect, 2 special effect, 1 evade, and 1 attack. So I will take 4 damage, but I do succeed. So I will be from 8 to 4 here. Oops, my die was at 0.
Yeah.
It should have been at 8.
I know, same way.
So it'll be at 4 now. And my reward is the top one right here. And I will get 2 of the fly tile. Ooh, bam, bam. I got these like,
Fly larva.
ugh. They looked like kidney beans, but yeah, I see fly larvae now. So Tim, I got these 2 bug larvas, which is pretty sweet because we actually need one for bill of fare.
Yes, let's go. Towards
So-
the endgame goal.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep one for health and then keep one to give up for the goal because I have been contributing a lot towards this goal. Tim hasn't done anything.
Just like, well, I'm trying to go around and get access for my beard. Yeah, see? So we showed you how movement works, how
Bam!
how fighting works. Okay.
Yeah, let's get that defeat token and plop it on there. That fly thing is gone.
So when you defeat a monster, you put this defeated monster token on there. So that's how battle works. Also showed you how training works. The next action, action number 3, is interacting. You can interact with a location, structure, or scenario. They do relatively the same thing. So let's say I wanted to go over here. I'm gonna move for my action, and then I want to interact with this environment, this location. So in order to do that, I immediately will get a meat, but I can roll to see whether I get this cactus or a second piece of meat. So I'm gonna roll my character die, and then I rolled a 4, which means I'll be able to get 2 pieces of meat from interacting in this rabbit hole.
Whoa.
Now, what does that mean if I get 2 pieces of meat from a rabbit hole? Now, in order for me to do this successfully, I would technically need a net in order for me to interact with this rabbit hole. But then on the left side, I wouldn't need any kind of weapons at all. And if I rolled a 4 here, I would just get a stone. So let's just play properly here. And can I have 1 rock, please?
Yes, you can. Here you go. Good job.
Thanks. And then this interaction will go down because you are limited to how many interactions that you get. And if this was also a hostile monster, which is shown in a red background, like this monster over here, if this was red, I also would have to roll monster dice in order to resolve an interaction. So there's interactions.
All right, so then for my turn, I'm gonna go ahead and move back to the Pig Feast portal tile, and I'm going to interact because I would like to donate my precious bug larva thing. I'm gonna give it up. I gave up 1 heart health, and I will go ahead and place a cube, please. Oh. And I'll place it right here. And if I can get 1 more radish, I'll complete a column. And for each completed line of 3 markers, vertical or horizontal or diagonal, I can gain a resource, which is pretty cool.
Okay, now for my turn, if you were to move into an unexplored area, that tile will get revealed, but you don't get the reward. So the last and final action to go over is explore. So say I wanted to explore this tile, I would then flip over this one, and then I put a new location card on here. So this is the Ominous Thorns. Now, in the Ominous Thorns, I would immediately get that reward, which is a twig.
You get a twig.
Can I have a twig, please?
Here you go.
And then, thank you, we reveal the tentacle monster.
Oh.
Now, since this is a hostile monster, which you can tell from this red background, I would immediately resolve hostility.
Ooh,
which means
it
this
triggers. You need 6 dice.
6 dice. 6 dice for hostility. And the only thing I can respond with is an axe, but I have no defense. So let's just roll and see what happens. This is death. Okay, so I have 2 evasions, but then I have 1, 2, 3 attacks, and I can also use an evasion as well. So
you should re-roll.
Okay. I am alive. I'm gonna be dealt 3 damage for each red symbol, so that's 3, 6 damage. And then we also have the special effect symbols and an evasion which won't trigger anything. So first, I'm gonna be dealt 6 damage. So my health dial goes from 8 to 2. And then we have 3 special effect symbols. This one says -1 sanity for each one. So 1, 2, and 3.
Oof.
And then lastly is an evasion.
That was a big move, Tim.
Yeah, I shouldn't have found a tentacle. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I think we need more shields. Let's go ahead and take a look at that book and see what shields there are in this game. In the crafting book, there's 4 different cards per item, and we can see if there is shield based on the symbols there. So this one is gonna be a chest piece of armor, and it's gonna give us -1 in the weather effect.
And right now we are in winter, so it is freezing. That would help us.
Yes, so that one would be a good one. We got some hats here. We got a beanie. That's cool. We got a watermelon helmet. So before I take my turn, I'll take my last free action that we actually haven't talked about called resource processing. I have a couple pieces of wood here, and I don't know what's on the other side of the tiles, but I think it's gonna be good for us for building future items. It looks like on the bottom of my piece of wood tile, there's a torch symbol. I actually have a torch right here, so I'm gonna roll this die to check. It will actually break. So there's the same amount of swords or greater on this die. So I'm gonna flip it over and now it's broken. If it were to break one more time, I'd actually lose the entire torch, but I still have it. And now I'm gonna flip over my wood token and hey, I get a piece of charcoal, which is gonna be really good. It'll also prevent 1 food from spoiling in the future if I choose to use it. So that was my free action. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move. I'm gonna go over to this cutie patootie hedgehog thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this resource. So I'm gonna go ahead and move and then interact. The unlucky traveler. The first thing I'm gonna do.
That's straight up bones in a bush.
Bones in a bush. I'm in the bone zone. You can cut that out.
No, I'll leave it. So after we take all of our 6 actions and any other free actions that we want to take, we move on to round 3, which is the shadow phase. Ooh. Sounds ominous because it is. So if our sanity is at a certain point, it will show you which type of shadow monsters will actually spawn. So if I'm at 3, I would get a pretty much like a level 1 shadow monster, and then the more insane that you become, the more powerful the shadow monsters that you spawn. Now these shadow monsters, you deal with the effect listed at the very top. In this case, this shadow monster says, at nighttime, you lose 1 light.
Dang. You can always fight them and flip them over if you reach higher sanity than that symbol.
Yeah, but fighting what happened during the action phase, which is the one that we just passed.
Too late now.
It's too late.
Yeah, you just have to deal with it.
It's taking our light.
that was the shadow phase for round 3. And now we're gonna move on to round 4 because I didn't have any shadow monsters, I don't have to deal with them. This is the daily needs phase. So we reduce our hunger and sanity and meet the light requirement based on what day we're in. So we just finished day 2. We're gonna look, it's nighttime. What does that say, Tim?
It says -2 light.
Okay, so let's deal with that first. I have 1 light on my lighter, so I'm good with 1. And I have a firefly that I'm gonna discard that has a light symbol at the bottom.
Oh, nice, you got a little firefly.
Yes, so I do have that. So I needed 2 light, thank you, Tim. I actually have 2 light on my torch. I'm good. Like I have the requirement. I even have 2 firefly tokens with 1 light each if I want to discard them. And my lighter has a light.
If we didn't have enough light, we would lose health.
A ton of health. Yeah, you want to make sure you're in the light.
And then from there, we would lose 2 hunger and then 3 sanity for this daily upkeep. And then this tile would get discarded.
How much sanity?
-3 sanity.
-3. Oof.
Now, there are oftentimes items and things you can craft to prevent all of these reductions.
Yeah, like I have the fireflies that have a light there, so.
Very nice.
After that, you're gonna move on to phase 5, which is the weather phase. So there's gonna be a weather event every single round. This one is called Defeated Prey. You're gonna place the defeated tokens on all neutral monsters. So we have one here on the vulture, and that one is now neutral, which is great, or it's defeated.
They're frozen now.
They're frozen, they're so cold. The next thing you need to look at is resolving the weather needs. So there's gonna be symbols here. In this case, it's gonna be a snowflake. We are still on day 2 of 6, so it's before the lightning symbol. So you're gonna look at these 2 snowflakes here, and you're going to lose a certain amount of health and hunger depending on how many snowflakes you have to resolve. So this is a really risky way. Like you need to make sure you have enough health, have enough food, or have enough hunger stored because you're gonna be losing 3 hunger and 3 health because we're dealing with 2 snowflakes here. And there's a great chart here, so you never have to look in the rulebook, it just says it right there. So 3 health, 3 hunger right now.
That's why it's super helpful to have earmuffs right now because it would prevent this weather damage.
A little snacky snack in your pocket.
Nice little earmuffs.
And there's also going to be a world event. So there's going to be an icon here, depending what the icon is. You would have to deal with the world event. In this case, it would be discard all food that can spoil from everyone's backpacks immediately.
Are we in the cold? Are they supposed to like help preserve the food that we have?
I know. Yeah. So you are allowed to use and eat the food before dealing with the world event.
Nice.
Yeah.
Scarf it down before it goes bad.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be phase 5, which is the weather event.
And then we move on to the final phase of the game.
The scenario phase.
The scenario phase.
Is it scenario or scenario?
Scenario.
So we would look at the bill of fare here, and we were trying to place our cubes in this grid and complete as many things as possible. Since the completed lines are fewer or equal to the number of players, which is 2, then we would just move our marker 1 space forward on the porcine decree card.
Now this is a prototype, but for in the future, you're gonna have this sort of home base that you can visit by going to the portal, and you'll be able to interact with your home base and build out different structures for your home and gain essence, which you can gain from fighting different ghosts and everything. But this is just a prototype, so just a quick little overview.
One thing to note as well is that each scenario that you have will have a setup tile layout, but no matter what, you're always gonna have the baseboard because of the portal tile on the card.
And that's the game. So ultimately, your goal is to fulfill all the conditions in the scenario and survive. And also, most importantly, don't starve.
Don't starve.
With that, that is a general overview / preview of Don't Starve. Thank you to Glass Cannon Unplugged for sponsoring today's preview video. And I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Banz, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Tim.
For making this solid. And made it to the very, very end. Go ahead and comment Kevin. Down in the comments below for our little eyeball friend that we cannot destroy at all. He is rolling 7 dice.
He slaughtered us.
This eyeball is a monster.
Literally.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.
Oh, like I'm guffawing at Deluxify board games.
No, like it's like guffaw. The first thing I'm gonna do is move to this monster right here. This one is the eyeball monster.
Yeah.
Kevin? Is his name
It's
Kevin?
That's Kevin.
All right. I can spend 2 of these bug larvas and just go num 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 num, and then get 2 more health. But
Frosty? Okay.
you chose this life. I don't like seeing my friends getting eaten alive when I have to rely on them. Easy, easy, easy. amazing.